The America's small towns hold secrets. Secrets buried so deep, even the locals don't dare to whisper them. But what if I told you that one quiet town in Pennsylvania hides a story so chilling, so disturbing, that even the police reports were buried away? Tonight, you'll hear it. A real nightmare that began on a cold autumn night. Let's start the story.
In 1996, a college student named Rachel Evans was driving home from a late-night study group. It was close to midnight, and the narrow road cut through the dense woods of her hometown. The trees stood tall like shadows, their branches twisting into claw-like fingers under the pale moonlight. As Rachel's old car rattled down the road, her headlights caught something unusual, an abandoned house, sitting just beyond the tree line. Its windows were shattered, the porch collapsed, and yet, the front door was wide open. Curious, she slowed down. That's when her radio, which had been playing static, suddenly cleared. A voice, cold, faint, and childlike, whispered through the speakers. "Don't stop, keep driving." Rachel's blood ran cold. She pressed the gas pedal hard, speeding away. But in the rearview mirror, she swore she saw something standing at the door of that house. A tall, thin figure, with eyes glowing faintly red. The next morning, shaken but determined to prove she wasn't imagining things, Rachel told her best friend, Tyler. Tyler, the skeptic, laughed it off and insisted they go back that night. Against her better judgment, Rachel agreed. When they returned, the air around the house felt heavy, almost suffocating. The silence was unnatural, no crickets, no owls, nothing. They stepped inside, their flashlights barely cutting through the darkness. The living room smelled of rot, as if the air hadn't been breathed in decades. Broken furniture was scattered, old photographs littered the floor, their faces scratched out. But the most disturbing thing was a staircase leading down into a basement. A faint humming echoed from below. Tyler, ever the brave one, went first. The basement was lined with shelves, all filled with glass jars. Inside each jar floated what looked like small dolls. Except, their eyes seemed too real. Too human. Suddenly, one of the jars cracked. A whisper filled the basement. This time not from a radio, but all around them. "Stay forever." The light bulb above flickered, and in that split second, Rachel saw the tall figure again, closer now, its bony hand reaching for Tyler. They ran. The basement door slammed shut behind them with a deafening bang, even though no one had touched it. Somehow, they managed to escape, sprinting back to the car. Rachel floored the gas, her hands trembling on the wheel. Tyler, pale as a ghost, stared out the back window. "It's following us," he whispered. But when Rachel looked, nothing was there. Just the empty, winding road. The next day, Tyler didn't show up for class. He didn't answer his phone, didn't reply to messages. Rachel went to his house, but his parents claimed he had left early that morning and never came back. To this day, he has never been found. Rachel moved away from that town shortly after. But sometimes, late at night, she swears she can still hear that faint humming. And every so often, her radio still whispers, "Stay forever."
So, was it just an abandoned house with a dark history? Or something far older, something waiting for the next person curious enough to stop? If you ever find yourself driving through Pennsylvania on a lonely night, and you see a broken house with its door wide open, don't look twice. Just keep driving. Because some houses don't want you to leave.